There's a staggering number of sharks being caught every year, and that number is way too high considering the biology of the species. The 100 million sharks is a conservative estimate, and that estimate could escalate as high as 273 million sharks killed each year. Shark finning refers to the removal and retention of shark fins and the discard at sea of the carcass. Like elephants hunted for their tusk and left to bleed out, fin sharks are tossed back into the ocean, often still alive, to bleed to death, die of starvation, or be eaten by predators. The main reason for shark finning is the high demand for shark fin soup, a dish popular in many Asian countries, including Hong Kong. Shark fin soup is said to have originated in Ming Dynasty China, whose emperors delighted in the rare and exotic. However, it is no longer a preserve of the super rich and is in very high demand. It is regarded as a delicacy and a status symbol.
Thousands of shark fins drying on a building roof in Hong Kong. These images on Thursday have angered environmentalists. One activist who visited the site estimated there were 15,000 to 20,000 shark fins being processed.
They used to dry the fins out on the street. A lot of the public, there was a big public outcry. Tourism, it doesn't look good when tourists are coming to town, seeing all these dead sharks on the street. They've obviously decided to try and hide their ugly game, and they went up to the roofs.
Shark fins are a delicacy in Chinese cooking, but animal rights activists say the way they're obtained is inhumane. Videos of fishermen removing fins from freshly caught sharks and throwing the fish back in the water have sparked outrage. It's led to calls to ban shark fins, but the practice is still legal in Hong Kong, minus a few protected species. This trader says, though, it's not as bad as people think.
That's just what foreigners think. If they've taken the shark meat, why can't the shark fins be used too? You've killed a shark anyway. Some say the sharks are thrown back in the sea after their fins are cut off. I don't think this is true. There just happens to be some video of people throwing them back.
Sharks live longer than most fish and reproduce very slowly. This longer breeding cycle makes them vulnerable to extinction.
It's more the global impact on the ocean's ecosystems. And by taking out an apex predator like the sharks, then obviously the snowball effect down the ecosystems will be unprecedented.
Hong Kong is one of the biggest producers of shark fins. While local demand is decreasing, demand in the mainland is growing. Shark fin can cost as little as $50 a pound and as much as a few thousand.
Sharks play a very important role in the oceans in a way that the average fish does not. Sharks are at the top of the food chain in virtually every part of every ocean. In that role, they keep populations of other fish healthy and in proper proportion for their ecosystem. So, how do sharks keep the oceans healthy? Predatory sharks prey on the sick and the weak members of their prey populations, and some also scavenge the seafloor to feed on dead carcasses. By removing the sick and the weak, they prevent the spread of disease and prevent outbreaks. Also, sharks, through intimidation, regulate the behavior of prey species and prevent them from overgrazing vital habitats. They protect habitats from unwanted predators. Fewer sharks mean that fish further down the food chain can increase, which can in turn demolish small marine life such as zooplankton. This small marine life is vital to sustaining the entire marine system, which provides 70% of our oxygen. There are many organizations and projects that focus on shark finning, one of whom is Shark Project. This campaign, based in Germany, was started back in 2005. They oppose the trade in shark fins and other products, especially in German-speaking countries, but also worldwide. The campaign was based on explaining to dealers and customers about the risks posed on sharks. Here's a video on the project's campaign against finning, warning disturbing content. Finning is now banned in the EU, the US, South Africa, Mexico, Canada, Argentina, and many other countries. And the sale of shark fins and products is prohibited in countries such as Egypt, the Marshall Islands, the Bahamas, and in a few US states. Even though shark finning is declining, many Asian countries still allow it. Animal rights groups say that the better reinforcement of legislation and more transparency can demolish the shark fin trade.